Our work on the super sewer is split into three distinct areas: west, central and east. And that's essentially because we tunnelled through three distinct geologies here in London. Clay in the west, sands and gravels through central London, and in the east, where we're much deeper, chalk. Over the next few episodes, we're going to be looking in detail at each of these areas. Not just at the work we're doing to clean up London's River Thames, but at how we're supporting good causes in those communities and at what we'll leave behind once our project is finished in 2025. We're starting here in West London. I'm John Sage, and this is Tunnel Vision. The western part of the Tideway project stretches from Acton to Fulham and has 7 construction sites. Acton Storm Tanks, Hammersmith Pumping Station, Barn Elms, Putney Embankment, King George's Park, Dormey Street and Carnworth Road. Tideway sites are in 2 broad categories: drive sites and CSO sites. Our drive sites were set up to launch our tunnelling machines. The CSO sites, CSO stands for Combined Sewer Overflow, are there to intercept points where storm sewage spills into the Thames. Here in the west, we've got 2 of these drive sites and 5 of these CSO sites. We created 7 kilometres of the main super sewer here, a smaller 1.1 kilometre connection tunnel here, and we're intercepting CSOs elsewhere. Obviously that's simplifying things massively, and the engineering on Tideway is extremely complex. Let me show you what I mean using Hammersmith Pumping Station as an example. This is a CSO interception site, and we're working alongside an operational pumping station. This is a CGI model of the new underground infrastructure we've created at this site. When rain fills the sewers, these flows enter the pumping station, go into a chamber, through some flap valves, through another section, down the vortex tube, into the connection tunnel, and from there all the way to the main super sewer. That's a heck of a lot of engineering, and that's just one site. We're completing these complex challenges at CSO sites across London so that we can improve the health of the River Thames. But Tideway is not just about the engineering. We also support river charities and other good causes through our community investment programme. Take a look. The Tideway Community Programme has supported organisations across the project, and West London is home to one of its major achievements, the Sands End Arts and Community Centre. Tideway funded the rebuild of this centre, which has won awards for its sustainable design. We're also continuing to support the centre in other ways too, so that it can serve the whole community here in Hammersmith and Fulham. And there's a lot going on. Let's take a look.
Hi John, how are you doing?
So Elizabeth, tell us about the centre and what it's trying to achieve for the community.
The centre is trying to achieve a lot for the community, and it already is achieving a lot for the community. We've hosted BBC Radio for any questions, we've hosted things for the coronation, we've had community groups here. It's endless actually, because people feel welcome to come here.
And tell us about Tideway's support for the centre.
They're like a benevolent friend to us. We started with the funding for the build in the first place. We had a space for a kitchen, but we didn't actually have a kitchen. And then we said, Tideway, do you have anything that might help? So along came delivered an oven, a massive fridge, huge amounts of consumables. But it's not just a few things, it's lots of things, but it's the whole thing, it's the process that we can ask Tideway and just say, could you help? And yes, you do help.
So Rama, tell us what's going on today.
Today we are celebrating our mothers. They're coming back after being away the month of Ramadan, where they take pride in making iftar meals for their families. So today we are actually treating them with small gifts and a nice meal that was made by one of our caterers.
And the Medea charity, tell us what it does.
So Medea has been a charity from 2002, started from home, a mother supporting other mothers. And at the moment we support Hammersmith and Fulham, Kingston and Chelsea, Westminster, Ealing, Acton. We do parenting courses. I'm one of the facilitators. One of my co-facilitators, name is Abdi, started supporting fathers as well. So we now have Arabic and Somali father speakers who are being supported.
And the Sands End Centre, how does that help you?
The centre is very welcoming, to be honest. The staff, the CEO, Chris, and we built a really nice collaboration. The ladies are also very, very grateful because they know that this is a collaboration. This is something that the centre is giving it to them as well as Medea. So they feel very privileged.
Another major community partner for Tideway is the environmental charity Thames 21. One of its biggest community events is the Big Wet Wipe Count, over here on the south side of Hammersmith Bridge. Check it out.
Thames 21 is such an important charity today when we're seeing climate change affecting our whole river systems, where we need to tackle things like flood risk, drought, and the huge oceans of plastic that we're getting into our natural environment.
Today we are doing our Big Wet Wipe Count, where we're getting our volunteers to help us collect data on the problem of wet wipes, so we can use this data to lobby government for change.
For me, to do this work today, it's vitally important. We know that the wet wipes are actually changing the contours of the river. We know that it's becoming a greater problem and more pressure has to be placed on the government to try and abolish these wet wipes completely. And that for me is very, very important so that everybody can enjoy the river.
So Tideway have been an incredible partner. They have funded Thames River Watch, which has enabled us to do a lot of the citizen science monitoring and also enabled us to get thousands of people out on the river and connect to the river. And so they've been really supportive, not only of the action, but also of making sure that what we do is representative of the local communities.
This support for community organisations is all about leaving a legacy for London. Another key part of our legacy is new areas of public space, and here's a quick guide to what we'll be leaving behind in West London. A new piece of public space built out into the River Thames along Putney Embankment, a carefully landscaped part of King George's Park in Wandsworth, and specially commissioned artwork at each of these 7 sites. A healthier river, stronger communities and new riverside spaces. We think that'll be a pretty good legacy for this part of the capital. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of our work in West London, and there's a lot more information on our website. Thanks for watching, and join us again on Tunnel Vision.